A young monk once asked his master, "Master, when will I find peace?" The master smiled and said, "When you stop searching for it." The monk was confused. "But isn't the whole point of this path to seek enlightenment?" The master picked up a small round stone and tossed it into a still pond. "Tell me," the master said, "what happens when you chase after a ripple?" The monk thought for a moment and replied, "The more I reach for it, the further away it moves." The master nodded. "So it is with happiness, contentment, and peace. The more you chase them, the further away they seem." This is the story of all of us. We spend our lives chasing things, success, beauty, money, validation, believing that once we attain them, we will finally feel complete. But what if I told you that the very act of chasing is what keeps you from finding what you truly seek? Let me tell you another story. The man who searched for gold. Once, there was a man who spent his whole life searching for gold. He heard rumors of a hidden treasure deep in the mountains, and he became obsessed. So he left everything behind, his home, his family, his peace, and set off on his journey. For years he climbed cliffs, crossed dangerous rivers, wandered through endless forests, always searching. One day, after decades of searching, he finally found what he was looking for: a cave filled with gold. Tears of joy filled his eyes. "Finally, after all these years, I have found it." But as he stepped inside, the cave collapsed, burying him along with the treasure. He never got to enjoy what he had spent his whole life searching for, because he had spent so much time chasing that he forgot to live. How many of us do this? How many of us believe that our happiness is always just one step away? And yet, no matter how much we achieve, we never feel satisfied. The prison of "I'll be happy when..." We all do it. We all tell ourselves, "I'll be happy when I make more money. I'll be happy when I get my dream job. I'll be happy when I find the perfect partner." But the moment we reach one goal, another one appears. It's like climbing a mountain expecting happiness at the peak, only to see another, taller mountain in the distance. Zen teaches that chasing happiness is like chasing the horizon. No matter how fast you run, it will always stay in the distance. So if happiness isn't at the end of achievement, where is it? The story of the beggar and the box. There was once an old beggar who sat on the same street corner every day asking for coins. One day, a wise traveler passed by and asked, "What is that box you are sitting on?" The beggar shrugged. "Just an old wooden box. It's nothing." "Have you ever opened it?" the traveler asked. "Of course not," the beggar scoffed. "It's just an old box. Open it." The beggar hesitated, then pried open the lid, and inside he found it filled with gold. He had spent his whole life begging for what he already had. Lessons from those who have lived the longest. For the past 20 years, I have worked with the elderly. I have met people with great wealth who are miserable. I have met people with little who are joyful. One of my patients, 92 years old, still compared herself to younger women, still believed she wasn't beautiful enough, still believed she wasn't enough. Even at the end of life, the mind says, "You are not enough." But I have also met an 85-year-old woman who jumped out of a plane for the thrill of it, who laughed at the wrinkles in the mirror instead of fearing them. She understood something that most of us never do. Freedom is not found in changing how the world sees you. Freedom is found in changing how you see yourself. What true freedom feels like. Real freedom is not found in achieving more. Real confidence is not found in being admired. Real peace comes when you are no longer afraid of what others think. You are no longer controlled by your fears. You are no longer chasing things that cannot bring lasting joy. There is a Zen story about a monk who carried a heavy sack everywhere he went. One day, he set it down and laughed. "Ah, what relief," he said. A man asked, "Why did you carry it for so long?" The monk smiled and said, "Because I thought I needed it. But I never did." What burdens are you still carrying? What if you could let them go right now? The journey is the destination. A young traveler once asked a Zen master, "Master, how do I reach enlightenment?" The master said, "Walk." "But where?" the traveler asked. The master smiled. "Each step is the way." We believe happiness is at the peak of the mountain, but the wise ones know happiness is found in the climb itself, the struggles, the growth, the small, quiet moments in between. We wait to be worthy. We wait to feel enough. We wait for someday. But the only thing that exists is now. You have always been complete. Everything you are searching for, success, love, happiness, is not about the thing itself. It's about a feeling. You want to feel loved? Love yourself now. You want to feel worthy? Decide you are worthy now. You want to feel safe? Trust that you already are. Stop waiting for someday to feel complete. The real question is, will you keep chasing? Or will you finally stop, breathe, and realize you have been whole all along?